Hi everyone, this is Sister Garver. Welcome to week 9. I just want to go over your assignments real quick for this week. First of all, you don't have a quiz this week because we did our Chapter 5 quiz last week and we're kind of still continuing on with the interdependence lessons. You do have a journal this week, choice between journal 18 or 19, active listening or assertiveness. Let me click over and look at those real quick. So the active listening assignment is really about having a pretend conversation with yourself. It can help you establish what you're feeling. It can help you sort out your thoughts. It can help you to brainstorm solutions and help you to just kind of think about your situation as if you were discussing it with another person. And this can be a little bit of a weird skill for some people, but it's a good exercise and it helps you to be able to think more about your situation and be able to really think things through. I do have a little bit of an example here just because there's an example here included in the journal, and there's also one that I've written here in this video. So you basically just want to pretend like you're having a conversation with somebody else. Imagine the kind of questions that they might ask you. Imagine the kind of suggestions that they might give you. And just try and think about, if you were having a conversation with somebody else, how they might respond to some of your thought patterns. And that can help you to better identify your own thoughts, your own feelings, and help you to work through and solve problems. So anyway, play around with that. If you have any questions on that, I can certainly do a more detailed, longer video on that one, but it's just kind of a pretend inner conversation with yourself where you're pretending like you're speaking with someone else and they're trying to get more information out of you and trying to give you suggestions for your situation. So that's the first journal option. The second journal option is practicing assertiveness. And so this is one that also can be a struggle for a lot of people. So let's take a look at that. So in the assertiveness journal, it's going to give you this scenario where you have supposedly signed up for a course and you thought everything was fine, but then it turns out you're not on the roster, but it's a course that you really, really need. So the situation where you really need that course. And you want to be able to practice a couple of different responses. So a lot of times people will give a response that's kind of a placating response. It's, oh, it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. So, but that's not necessarily something that's going to get you what you need. Second, you'll demonstrate a blaming response, which is where you look outward and you blame, so it's the professor's fault, it's the registrar's fault, it's the system's fault, whatever. And that also is something that's not likely to get you what you want. So the third response you're going to practice, they call it a leveling response. It's your assertive response. It's where you state your needs and then you propose a solution and you try to get your needs met in the situation. So I have a couple of examples here, placating, blamating, and leveling response. So you can pause the video if you want to and read over those really quickly. Again, the main characteristics of, I think most of us are going to understand placating and blaming. Those are fairly easy to understand. But for leveling responses, or the assertive response, it helps to give a few details about your situation that can help elicit sympathy in the person that you're trying to receive help from. It also helps if you try to actively propose a solution, because that can help the person know that you're not just waiting for them to solve your problem, that you're willing to take action on this. And that can oftentimes get you better results in a situation where you really, really need something and you need to have your needs met. And so as you're writing your leveling responses for this journal, keep in mind you want to identify your situation, give a few details, and then state what you need. I need to take, in this situation, I need to take this class. And then propose a possible solution. Can I be put on a wait list? Can I come to the course and then wait and see if somebody drops? You can propose a solution so that the person knows that you are you're actively working towards a solution on this. Okay, and then the second part of the exercise is that you're going to think about a challenge that you're having in your academics, and you're going to write a letter. In theory, it could be an email. You're going to write a letter to someone asking for help, and you don't have to send this letter, but it's something that you're practicing, again, that same thing that we talked about, identifying the problem that you're having, saying, can I get some help, and asking for what you actually need. And so it has down here some possibilities of what you might want to include. So just kind of read those over and decide what you'd want to include in your sample letter. And then down below, you're going to write your letter in here, and then down below there's some reflection questions to answer. If your letter is a couple paragraphs, then you can kind of go a little short answer on some of the other ones. So anyway, that's your assertiveness letter there that you're going to be writing, your exercise in assertiveness. Let me know if you have questions on that one. Okay, the next assignment that we're going to be working on that I want to talk about is the networking interview. And there's all these information here on how to do the networking interview. The main thing to remember is that you need to write and ask 10 questions at a minimum in the interview if you want to get full points on this. You can summarize the person's answer, but you do need to write down what they said and what advice they gave you. Hopefully you've already found somebody to do the networking interview. If not, you better work on it real quick because it can be hard to find somebody. So that's how to do the informational interview. There's some suggestions on how to write the questions, and make sure that, like I say, you write down your list of questions and the response the person gave you when you submit this assignment. And then last but not least, you're going to do your academic skill report for your writing goal, just to see how things went on that. And that one's fairly simple and straightforward. So let me know if you have questions on any of these. These journal entries are a little bit more intensive than some of the other ones that we have done, so make sure you leave plenty of time for those. Again, as always, I'm here if you have questions. Thanks so much. Have a great week.